Wicked bright auntie. In a busy city, there lived two sisters with different lifestyles, Mary and Agnes. Mary died few years back. Mary had a daughter named Rose. Agnes, the older sister, was a wealthy woman who owned three large shops in the market. Instead of taking Rose with love, Agnes saw the young girl as a burden and a threat to her own children's inheritance. Agnes was a woman with a stone heart. She never forgave Mary for being the favorite child of their parents. When Rose moved into Agnes's house, the greed in Agnes grew. She took the small piece of land Mary had left for Rose and sold it to buy a new car for herself. Rose became a house-help in her own aunt's house, while Agnes' daughters and son wore expensive clothes and went to private universities. Rose wore torn clothes and spent her days doing out chores. Agnes would often shout, "You are just like your mother, useless!" Her unforgiving spirit made her treat the girl with extreme wickedness. Years passed, and Rose grew into a beautiful, humble young woman. Despite the hardship, she was brilliant. A kind neighbor secretly helped Rose study at night, and she eventually won a scholarship to study nursing. When Agnes found out, she tore Rose's admission letter into a fit of rage. "You will not go anywhere. You belong in this kitchen," she screamed. But God had a different plan. Rose did not fight back. She simply moved out and worked three jobs to pay for her books. 10 years later, Rose was a successful head nurse at a big hospital in town. She was also a bride-to-be, engaged to a wealthy and God-fearing man. On the day of the traditional wedding, the wicked bright auntie, Agnes, arrived in a flashy outfit, hoping to sit in the place of the mother to receive expensive gifts. She thought her greed would be rewarded one last time. However, the elders of the family stood up. They had heard of how Agnes sold Rose's land and treated her like a slave. "Agnes," the eldest uncle said, "you cannot sit here. You did not sow love, so you cannot reap the honor of a mother." Agnes was asked to sit at the back with the distant guests. She watched as the neighbor who helped Rose was given the seat of honor. Agnes felt a deep shame that no expensive jewelry could hide. Her greed had left her empty, and her unforgiving spirit had turned her own family against her. Rose, looking like a queen, walked over to Agnes and handed a plate of food. "I forgive you, Auntie," Rose said quietly, "but I will never forget that kindness is a choice." Agnes wept, realizing that while she had money, she had lost the only thing that truly mattered, a clean conscience. Moral lesson: greed and an unforgiving spirit are like a fire that consumes the person who carries them. You may take what belongs to others today, but you can never steal the blessing that God has destined for them. In the end, we are all judged not by what we own, but by how we treat those who are under our care. For more educative, entertaining, and interesting stories, please like, watch, share, comment, and follow. Thank you.